family, how's it going? We are about to figure out exactly what is going on with this whole Trump announcement. I have heard rumors, I've heard tales, I've heard stories, I've heard lies, and I've heard exaggerations. We don't actually really know. Is this going to be about them Epstein files? Probably not. I don't think he likes to talk. It's his least favorite subject. The world elites, the rich people who are out there doing the bad stuff to the kids. It's a sensitive subject for him. For some reason. I don't think we're going to be hearing about that. Is it going to be going to war with Venezuela? Are we going to war with Venezuela today? Is that what this is about to be about? I don't know. It definitely is not out of the realm of possibility that is what the Trumpster is going to be going in on today. It definitely looks like that's something that they are edging, you know what I'm saying? Just sort of pushing the lope with all of that. But, we're not sure. He's going to throw Pete Hegseth under the bus. He might throw Pete Hegseth under the bus, man. This also, honestly, it could have something to do with, the whole Dan Bongino. Like, he might throw Dan Bongino under the bus because it did come out with Dan Bongino where there were actually receipts that he has been for a while now redacting the Epstein files. He could be talking about that. I think he just tries to avoid that whole entire subject. Or this could be about, putting 1,200% tariffs on Guadalajara. Who knows? But I figured that it would be fun to watch and to hang out with you guys. And if he says something great, we'll be like, yay, he's doing something good for America. And if he says something that's absolutely retarded, we're going to make fun of him. Because I don't do the hero worship for people that are in office. I look at every single policy and I'm like, cool, this is either good for the American people or this is bad for the American people, in my personal opinion. And I don't think that I know everything or any shits like that. But, I'm excited to see what's going on. And I look at each policy for policy and see what's up. And while we're just waiting, I'm just sort of, hanging out, waiting, watching what's going on. I see that White House. Yeah. Why don't we just talk a little bit? I released a shirt yesterday with this house on it, this White House right here, that says, in this house, we say gay and retarded. I know it's going to piss some people off. I'm bracing myself. I'm anticipating that. It just dropped yesterday. So give it a couple days. There will be a bunch of angry, salty, butthurt liberals, super pissed off, talking about how I'm the worst person on the planet, and all mad at the JD about a t-shirt because they don't have a sense of humor. I personally think it's fucking hilarious. And maybe I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. Maybe I do. I'm comfortable with that. And I wasn't sure how long everything's going to be on sale. This shirt, because Bunker Branding runs it. So the gay and retarded shirt with the White House on it is actually still on sale. It looks like it's the only thing they didn't take off of sale. So that's still on a sale right now if anybody wants to go pick it up at bunkerbranding.com. It's actually like $24, which is super cool. Looks like the Christmas sweater and the rest of the stuff they did end the sale for. So Robert Tustamak said, JD is problematic, purple-haired they-thems. Bro, if they didn't think I was a problem, I wouldn't be doing my job right. Damn. I kind of hurt my chesticles. I did a really gnarly chest day yesterday, right? And so I start doing this, and I'm like, oh, why does my titties hurt? But, I like it when I get sore. It's been so long since I've gotten sore. I took kind of like a week where I didn't work out and then just did a gnarly chester yesterday. And my chesticles are kind of, they're on swole right now. You know what I'm saying? Lexus said, Trump is kind of dumb. He don't have no announcement. He says he's got an announcement. So we're going to see. I don't know. We're going to see what's up. Jesse said, JD, are you guys going to do a restock before Christmas? Everything is stocked. Everything is stocked. If you're having problems getting it off of the YouTube shelf, bunkerbranding.com, because they make stuff like as soon as you order it at Bunker, I've been to the facility. It's out in good old San Antonio, Texas. As soon as you order it, they make it. So they don't run out. So everything should be in stock. And if you're having trouble ordering it through the YouTube, like the little links that YouTube throws up, you could go to bunkerbranding.com and you could get all of it, any of it. Emergency neurosis hologram. JD's titties hurt because of politics. No, my titties hurt because of a good solid workout, brother. You know? So right over here, there is a wall. It is the wall of my studio. On the other side of that wall is my home gym. Because I like to be able to work out whenever I have the time. Otherwise, if I had to drive into town with where I live out in BFE, I would never get there, bro. I would never get there. The Tooth said, good afternoon, JD. I got my wood chipper shirt and stickers delivered. Great quality items. I can't wait to wear it around. The Tooth, thank you so much, bro. Rep that shit. Hell yeah, dog. Big love and respect. Serenity Gaming Studio said, if we're talking politics, Herrera 2026. Oh, hell yeah. Bro, if you are in Texas, if you're in the 23rd District of Texas, and you're not voting for Brandon Herrera, if you are voting for Tony Gonzalez, we need to have a serious talk. I'm going to treat you with respect, but you need to go look at the dude's voting record. You need to go look at how the dude talks when he's going to get elected, saying he's a conservative, saying he's a Republican, saying he cares about America, saying he's a veteran, he cares about veterans. Look at the way he's voted. If you're voting against Brandon Herrera, you're not doing it right. I don't often back people in politics. I back policies in politics, not politicians. I believe in Brandon Herrera. I know Brandon Herrera. He's a man of integrity. I know what his intentions are. I know that he's a good dude. I also know that Tony Gonzalez moans when he wipes. And ain't nobody wants to vote for some dude that moans when they wipe. Dude's Detail. I pity the fool who don't buy JD's merch from Bunker Branding. And he put his money where his mouth is, dog. He's got the wood chipper Make Pedophiles Afraid Again shirt as his profile picture. Love you, homie. Appreciate you. And we're still just waiting. The suspense would be killing me if I cared that much. I'm not sure what he's going to be announcing. You never know. But you know what it is a great time for? It's a great time for this. You think it's a UAP disclosure? Maybe he's talking about them aliens. I mean, he might be talking about illegal aliens. I don't think he's talking about them grays, bro. Y'all think Trump's going to talk about aliens? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think Trump's announcement is going to be about? I'm watching the comments right now. What do you guys think? The aliens are underwater. Dude, I've seen a lot that would make me think that the aliens are already here and that they're underwater. $2,000 checks? You think he's really going to run them 2K checks on us? Irish Bomb Squad. Trump is probably something like $5,000 tax credit for newborn babies. Look, man. So I know that they definitely know that we have a declining population. We have a population problem in this country. We are not procreating. Who the fuck can afford to have babies, dog? That's crazy. Can you afford to have babies right now? That's kind of insane. I can't. I know that. Little Country said, I grew up over off of Derbyshire. Derbyshire, dog. Oh, hell yeah. When is the next time you're coming back to Lucia? I'd love to meet you and shake your hand, sir. I don't know when I'm coming back, bro, but I will let you know, dog. Derbyshire's wild. All right, so it looks like they're actually gearing up. We actually got volume now. Yeah, zoom in the camera. Zoom out the camera. There we go. Bro, I just heard somebody say dumbass in the background at the White House. Shh. They're shushing them. Shush. That's great. Poor people have the most children. Ghost. Yeah, I know. They get a lot of subsidies, bro. A baby is a check, dog. A baby is a check every month, especially if they from different baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? If you have 8 kids by 12 different baby daddies, you going to get all that money, dog. All that snap. You going to get all that, dog. All that. If you have, like, you know, you get yourself 6 or 7 babies, different baby daddies and shit, you get all that snap, dog. Get that Section 8 and that snap, dog. Bro, so look, Christopher just said, watch Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pete Hegseth all get fired. I would predict that Cash Patel is out. I think they'll axe Bongino too. I don't know if they're gonna axe Hegseth, but I think that within the next year, bro, I definitely think that fucking Cash Patel is out. I think that Pam Bondi's gonna go too. I think they're gonna use them as sacrificial lambs, dog. I think they're gonna use them as like, well, they mishandled the Epstein files and now we'll never really know the truth, yada, yada, yada. Deep corruption. We were invaded. I think they're gonna use them as sacrificial lambs, which sucks because I honestly think that when Cash Patel and Bongino got in there, that they really thought they were gonna make a fucking difference. I really think that they thought they were going to make a difference because if you saw that first press conference they did talking about Epstein, they looked like Cash Patel looked coked out of his mind, but he always does. He always looks coked out of his mind. Bongino looked terrified, dog. Bongino looked like he had just gotten fucking tossed in a van with a pillowcase over his head, and they showed him pictures of his kids sleeping and said, you're going to say that Epstein didn't kill himself or else, bro. We're going to take your kids and your whole family's going to end up on an island. You know what I'm saying? I truly think that they threatened the fuck out of Dan Bongino. Roman Wolf Gaming said, explain to me how transfers work. Probation violation. Transfers on a probation violation. I mean, are you talking about an interstate compact? You know, I don't know how that relates to a probation violation. But, like, I've gotten an interstate compact. I did not get no probation violations, dog, which is crazy as fuck for me. Because it's the first time I've ever gone on probation and not gotten a probation violation. You know, that's just never happened to me. But I got a interstate compact on probation from Florida all the way out here to Oregon so I could take care of my mama and take care of my pops and be out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Nathan said, yo, what's up, JD? God bless it. God bless Jax. Love you, homie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. American One. Yo, American One Nana. Yeah, Dan Bongino looked scared as shit, bro. He looked scared as shit. I really think that they got to him, man. And Cash Patel, I think that maybe they probably just got dirt on him, bro. I think they just got dirt on Cash Patel. I think that Dan Bongino was probably clean, so they threatened him, and I think Cash Patel had dirt on him, so they were probably like, we'll drop your shit, bro. All right, let's get in here.
Nice to see you again. That was a long news conference we had before, wasn't it? Yeah, but it was a good one. Okay. Well, thank you very much, and we're thrilled to be joined by one of the most successful business leaders and people anywhere in the country, whether it's technology, no matter what business you're talking about, there's really nobody quite like him. He's chairman and CEO of Dell Technologies, make great everything, great computers, great everything. Michael Dell, very much of a legend, who's here with his really exciting announcement. It's so amazing, and much more importantly, he's here with his wonderful wife, Susan.
Bro, when's the last time you used a Dell computer?
Special relationship. I think I can say that, really. It's very nice. I don't see too much of it. I see the opposite, but I don't see too much. I have two special people. And I've seen that. I've known that for a long time, and I think it's a tremendous thing. Also, the CEO of
see you, Dad.
Altamer Capital, Brad Gerstner. Where are you, Brad? Brad Gerstner is a terrific fellow who's very much involved in this incredible thing that we're doing today, along with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Commerce and Science and Transportation, Ted Cruz, House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, Vice Chairman of the House Republican Conference, Blake Moore, as well as the Chief Design Officer of the United States Airbnb co-founder, Joe Gebbia.
What the fuck is happening here?
It's a great group. And I guess a potential Fed chair is here, too. I don't know.
Ted Cruz, the dude from Dell, the dude from Airbnb. What the fuck?
Respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin. Today is Giving Tuesday. I don't know if anybody's heard that one before, but it is indeed Giving Tuesday, one of the biggest days of the year for philanthropy and charitable giving. And this afternoon, Michael and Susan Dell are committing to one of the largest private donations in American history, which will directly benefit the next generation of American children through the new Trump Accounts program that we created in our One Big Beautiful Bill. And Michael and Susan came to see me along with Brad, and they said, this is an idea. And I said, I think, it sounded just so good and so unique. But that's why he's been so successful, and they've been so successful in life and in business because they're unique. Trump Accounts will be the first, I guess you could say, real trust funds for every American child, allowing family members, employers, corporations, generous donors to contribute money that will be invested and grow over the course of a child's life.
Oh, like they do in Israel for every child in Israel and have with our money for years.
These are children that are going to, an investment's going to be made. That investment's going to continue to grow, we hope, right? We hope. And, but it will. And they'll feel like Michael Dell someday. But at 18, they'll have a lot of money, a lot more money than they would have had, and potentially a lot of money. But these accounts will track the overall stock market and will be 100% private property controlled by the child's guardians. In honor of America's 250th anniversary, the Dells are announcing today that they are giving 25 million American children $250 each to save and to invest in their personal Trump account. Now, that's the equivalent of $6.25 billion. In other words, to put it succinctly, Michael and Susan are giving $6.25 billion in total, and as a total contribution. That's big stuff. I don't care who you are.
That is a big contribution, but, like that shit I said about the kids in Israel, they get way the fuck more. And that comes from our tax dollars. That's our money that they're giving to them.
Be available to the first 25 million children aged 10 and under the zip codes where their median income is $150,000 or less. So they're giving them to children that won't be born particularly rich.
So you guys, Michael Dell was on the list, that Epstein list, and now they're going to not release that information. Redacted! Redacted! Trump, I need a distraction. You're going to give a whole shitload of money to the little retarded poor kids of America that I can't stand, and we won't release the Epstein shit on you.
Act of kindness and patriotism and charity. This is truly one of the most generous acts in the history of our country. I mean, you don't hear about things like that, and we got to let people know he doesn't want and she doesn't care about that, but I do. I think when somebody does that, you got to let them know about it. As I mentioned, this gift is being made possible by the largest tax cuts in American history, which our Republican majorities passed earlier this year, and the Speaker worked so hard, and John Thune and Jason and all of them, every one of them. Ted Cruz is with us. He worked so hard getting that done. That was the biggest, most consequential bill they say ever passed.
And Ted Cruz is happy to announce that he's going to be taking $4 billion of that $6 billion and giving it to Israel because we know Ted Cruz loves Israel.
Let's try doing it once. So we did, and people were surprised, but we got it done. So I congratulate you guys. Amazing job. Under that bill, the federal government will also automatically be making a one-time seed contribution of $1,000 into the tax-deferred Trump accounts for every newborn U.S. citizen, fulfilling the promise I made in the 2024 campaign.
Somebody called it. Somebody called that they're going to give a K to everybody who has a new baby because we are on population decline. Somebody in the chat called that shit. Absolutely. I love chickens. No, we're not calming the fuck down. You gave me the wrong live stream for calming the fuck down. Just you calm down. I have a binky.
Businesses, churches, philanthropists, family members, and parents themselves. I think we're going to have a lot of people, Susan. I think a lot of people are going to be contribute. A lot of people are watching us right now. They might not be $6 billion plus, but there'll be a lot. There aren't too many people that are in the 6 billion range, but there'll be a lot. A lot of friends of mine have already told me they're going to contribute a lot of money, and a lot of them are going to leave a lot of money in their wills. So that's very important. And as you watch us today, I hope
everybody on the Epstein list said that they'll donate some of their money when they die to one of my charities of my choosing, probably Israel. It's probably going to be Israel. But yeah, you know, they're doing the right thing, and that's why we're not going to expose them for going to the island and raping the kids.
Hope you'll be doing that. Contributions to Trump accounts will also be a great benefit for employers to offer their workers, which they'll be able to do tax-free. It's tax-free. We expect hundreds of major companies to announce plans to contribute to these accounts in the coming months. And we've had tremendous interest in that regard. So the Trump accounts will be available.
Hold on, I need to do this real quick. This is absolutely amazing. Mr. Bruce Lee, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. When the government is giving you money, they are also taking control of your money. And they're also probably diverting attention from something really fucked up that they're doing. And we've seen that historically throughout history. Like, thank you so much for your support. Again, as usual, you are fucking awesome and I love you. But yeah, I don't trust any of this. I want to know in the chat, do you agree with Mr. Bruce Lee? Let me know, yes or no. Do you trust what he is saying right now and what he is doing authentically is from the goodness and the kindness of his heart and the American people? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Do you think this is an altruistic philanthropist act right here?
Starting on July 4th of next year. And Michael and Susan, to you again, it's an amazing act of just incredible everything. I mean, the life you've led to be able to do this, even to be able to, even a lot of people have a good heart, but they can't give $6.25 billion. And Michael, probably knowing you, it's not the last of it either. It's not the last. But on behalf of the United States of America, I want to thank you both, and I want to thank all three. But I want to thank you both because you've been friends of mine, and it's a spectacular couple. This is really an amazing people.
So we have a whole lot of people in the chat who are, I mean, there's a lot of people that think that this is just for the betterment of the American children. And a lot of people who think, no, this is some sort of diversion. This is some sort of tactic. I personally have zero trust in our government. I will never trust our government. I won't. I don't. But I see that there's people who still have trust in what Trump is saying and in this government. And so it's cool. I asked for a reason. I don't want to attack anybody. It seems like there was a lot of people on both sides of that fence. Thank you for participating. I love you guys.
These are unique. And I'd like to have you come up and say a couple of words and tell us what you have in mind, because what you have in mind is good. Thank you very much.
Because what you have in mind is good.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor to be with you here in the White House. And, you know, when you passed the Invest America Act on July 4th of this year, we were really inspired to see that happen. And this is something that, you know, Brad had first mentioned to us in 2021. We thought it was a great idea then, and it's amazing that it happened. And we also saw that this act would become a platform. And, we believe the smartest investment that we can make is an investment in children. And this act has created a platform for families and friends and communities and companies and philanthropists to contribute to these accounts to create a savings and opportunity and hope and prosperity for tens of millions of children in this country. And Susan and I are super excited to announce our $6.25 billion gift to 25 million American children, 10 and under, and our gift will cover most of the children that are 10 and under that are not part of the federal program, the 0 to 2-year-olds, and who also live in zip codes where the median income is $150,000 or less. And I have spoken with a number of other wealthy Americans, philanthropists, and we are confident that others will join us because we all understand the incredible impact that a gift like this can have on the lives of young Americans. So again, it's a great honor for us to be here to be able to announce this. When I was...
Okay, so I think that I finally figured out how to do a poll. I think that I did. Where's my poll? I'm looking for my poll. I think that I figured it out. After 2.5, 3 years almost of being on YouTube, I think I finally figured out how to do a poll. So I'm looking right here to see, we got 76% of people do not trust this. 76% of people. I'm so stoked I figured that out, bro. I had no idea what I was doing until now. You guys kept asking. So many people asked to do a poll. I did a poll. Yay!
8 years old, I got a passbook savings account, and I had, I think, about $8 in it. And you go to the savings and loan, and you give them a quarter, and they'd stamp your account. And I got...
All right. Stop, drop, and roll. Nate did give me a little direction. Valhalla VFT, ladies and gentlemen. We have Valhalla VFT, the man, the myth, the absolute fucking legend in the chat. He did give me a little direction. He told me what to look for, and then I took my confused ass over there and did it. But you guys, if you are not subbed to Valhalla VFT, his beard isn't as good as mine, but he's smarter than me, and he has a lot of life experience that I don't know shit about. So you guys definitely should be subscribed to Valhalla VFT. Thank you for the direction, brother. It's good that I finally figured it out. Big love and respect to you, man. What do you think, Nate? Do you trust what's going on over here? Do you think that this wonderfully philanthropic fucking helping the American people if you have a child under 10 thing is just out of the kindness of these people's hearts? Let us know. Let us know, buddy.
Got to see the power of compound interest early in my life. And that has brought me here to this moment. And hopefully will inspire that kind of opportunity for many more young people in this country. So again, thank you for the privilege of being here.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Susan. So beautiful. Thank you very much. Susan, would you like to say something?
And Valhalla is the pinned comment in the chat if you want to be able to go and give him a sub, man. I guarantee you, he is a funny motherfucker and absolutely puts out based-ass content.
That will help build hope and opportunity and prosperity for generations to come. So we're so excited to be doing this and hope to have many people join in our efforts.
Why does she look like a bleached Laura Loomer, bro?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan. So beautiful.
Scary demon. Yeah. Is Ted Cruz going to come up and say something?
Well, first, it's an incredible honor to be here.
Maybe Ted Cruz will come up and tell us to stop attacking pedophiles again. That would be cool.
And we wouldn't be here without the passage of the Invest America Act. And everybody up here today played a role in getting that done.
Shekel sniffer. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that dude is a wee little dude, bro. No offense to our short kings, but that dude is barely as tall as the fucking podium, homie. Like, get some Wes Watsons, bro. Get the Wes Watson platform shoes, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you'd make it all the way up to the mic.
The Speaker, Ted Cruz, in drafting the legislation so that when the president placed the call to the Speaker and said, let's make this happen in the big, beautiful bill, Congress was ready to act. They had the legislation drafted. But I couldn't be more grateful for the friendship and the partnership of the Dells that really show the best of America. Today is Giving Tuesday, right? And the fact of the matter is
Does she have an Adam's apple? Oh! Oh, I can't unsee it now! What the fuck? Somebody called Adam's apple, and you know where there's an apple, there's a banana. Oh, damn!
decades, we've talked about the wealth gap. We've talked about too many people left out and left behind. This president was elected on a Main Street agenda to get the rest of America into the game. And that's exactly what this does. It gets every American child, 3.7 million children born every year, will now start life off with an investment account, seeded with $1,000. And then you're going to have great philanthropists, great Americans like Michael and Susan, who are going to add money to those accounts. We're overwhelmed with the number of companies that want to contribute to these accounts. Already companies from Uber to NVIDIA, T-Mobile to Charter Communications, Dell, et cetera, the list goes on. And every day more companies are calling us, raising their hands and saying, we want to be part of this. It's like a 401k from birth. It's a benefit for the kids of our employees, right? Major philanthropists. But I think what this is going to unlock is the power of families. Moms and dads Venmoing and Apple Paying and $5, $10, right? And getting these kids into the game. When we had the round table at the White House earlier this year, Dara Khosrowshahi, the CEO of Uber, said, after fleeing Iran at the age of 9 with nothing, he came to America because it was a land of hope. And he said what the Invest America Act does is it bottles up hope for every child in America.
That dude with the long hair and the Adam's apple is double-handing his wiener penis.
Whether you're in rural
He's bricked up under that blue Bill Clinton dress.
Mississippi or rural Indiana, where I came from, inner city Trenton or Compton, you're now in the game, right? That act alone, I think, reinvigorates the American dream. It reinvigorates the idea of free market capitalism. Too many people are losing faith in you, sir. By passing the Invest America Act and getting all these kids into the game, this is a transformational act in this country.
Transfer-whatable?
Forevermore, every child starts off life in the game with a piece of the American dream compounding in the upside of America. So thank you for having us here.
Are you guys distracted? Is this a good distraction? Is this the right distract? Do we need to pull out the aliens card? Do we need to show you guys the aliens? Is this enough of a distraction, or do we need to bust out the aliens, you guys? We got the gray aliens, we got the blue aliens, we got the green aliens, anything except the Epstein files. People keep talking about her shoulders being wider than her hips. Linebacker shit, dog. Linebacker shit.
I defer to the brains.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I think this is a major change in philanthropy and for American working families. It is the merging of President Trump's agenda of parallel prosperity, Main Street meets Wall Street. For the next 5 years, every child born in the U.S. will get a $1,000 Trump account that will be with them and compound for the next 18 years. Treasury Department with other branches of government is going to do financial literacy, and we are going to make sure that all American families have a stake in the success of the United States of America.
Bro, big hands, Laura Loomer nose, Adam's apple, covering the bulge. Yeah, I think we know what's going on here, you guys. I think we know what's going on here.
So every day when the stock market goes up or down, and we believe over the 18 years it will go up, and families will learn the power of compounding, that it will be a game changer. People who have a stake in the system and become more and more vested in the system, They do not want to bring down the system. They want to make it better. So I think we will look back on today and know that these Trump accounts, they have started a new age of the capitalism and market interest for the whole country. I also think that it is a game changer, as we're seeing with Michael and Susan Bell today, that Americans are the most generous people in the history of the world, and the Trump accounts will.
Okay, Chef Macros needs the binky. You chose to watch your POTUS speak and spend your time talking about if a woman is a man and we wonder why America is circling the drain. I'm gonna make fun of these motherfuckers when they do stupid shit. This is not what we need to be talking about right now. Now, this is obviously a distraction in my personal opinion and the opinion of the majority of people in here. By the high 70s, by the poll that we did, Chief Macros, freedom of speech, motherfucker, means freedom of making fun of anybody who's in office on some fuck shit. But you are free to hit the binky, get a little sucky, get a little nom if your feelings are hurtsies.
Provide a vehicle for philanthropists such as Michael and Susan and many more to contribute. And at Treasury, we are working, so Michael and Susan want to do it for children born in the past 10 years, a certain income level. As Brad said, it can be tailored, it can be to employees. It could be a philanthropist could adopt a state, they can adopt a school, they can adopt a zip code, they can adopt a street. And so we will constantly see these accounts be topped up. For those of you on the Treasury will be.
Did I see Trump Peter gazing? Was he looking at that chick's wiener? I missed it.
Finding this on the operational side. For those of you
oh,
who
he
would
did!
like to, you
he
can
looked
go
at the
to
chick's wiener! I seen it!
Today and see the homepage.
Holy shit!
That has a basic outline. These
Chill.
will become operational on July 5th of this year. And we will have families start signing up for them. So, and that
Come on.
homepage will answer all the questions
on
eligibility and investments. And then finally, today we're here on Giving Tuesday. Michael and Susan have led the way, but I think that there's a chance that every Tuesday can become Giving Tuesday as more and more philanthropists see the power of this, of giving to American families, giving to American children, and giving everyone a stake in our great economy.
That smile is terrifying. That smile is fucking terrifying. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that. Holy shit, bro. Is that Pennywise? What's going on? Holy shit, bro. That's nuts.
So, thank you very much.
Big ol' hands.
I'll be brief. There's a lot of symbolism here today.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Right here on the eve
This
of the
fucking
250th
guy.
anniversary of the greatest nation in the history of the world. We are the greatest nation by any objective measure. We're the most free, most powerful, most successful, and most benevolent nation that's ever been. And I think what you're seeing here is another exhibit of that. This idea, this vision came about because Brad and a couple of smart guys came up with this idea and then took it.
Every time she smiles, I see her Adam's apple ripple, bro. She should grow a beard to hide that Adam's apple. Oh, no, that doesn't go with what they're trying to do. That's crazy.
Few years to sell the idea to everybody. And then these visionary legislators over here, Senator Ted Cruz and Blake Moore in the House and Jason Smith, the Ways and Means Chair, really caught the vision. And we put it into the big, beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut. We've been saying all along that was drafted to really help lower and middle class earners in America. And this is one of the great features. One of the perils of having the big, beautiful bill and having it all in there together, the president and I have talked about many times, is that there's so many great things in that legislation, we don't have enough time to talk about all of it. So we need a moment to really focus on this. Giving Tuesday is a perfect time to do it. And it's absolutely perfect, I think, that July 5th becomes the operational date right after the nation's birthday. So what we're going to see here is a model that I don't think anyone has done anywhere in the world they wouldn't have the capability to do it. They wouldn't have philanthropists and great Americans with big hearts like this who've earned their way. And
Can we cut through the bullshit real quick, you guys? Like, I want to say they keep glazing these people for giving this money away. This is like literally fractions. This is pennies. This is pennies on the dollar to these people, and it is all tax deductible. These people are doing this for the tax write-off, my G. And yeah, there's other shit that they could do that would be a tax write-off that might be more conducive to their agendas or whatever, but like, don't let it fool you. And they're getting something back from this. 100% they're getting something back from this. Whether it's redacted from the Epstein list, whether it's dude, not being exposed for his wife having that huge apple on her throat or whatever the fuck. There's something going on here, bro. I do not be trusting this. I do not be trusting this, not one little bit. Do y'all trust it? We already did that poll. Y'all don't trust it neither.
really fulfill the American dream. And they have a vision and a desire for more and more people to do that. And so now, more and more Americans will. It kind of evens the playing field in a way, right? And everybody has an opportunity. So we're just excited to be a part of it, grateful to the vision, grateful to a president who leads from the front, who understands the potential of something like this.
So digital ID and like this whole thing this whole entire thing seems like it is a fucking advertisement for digital currency. I think they want to push digital ID and digital currency because once they've got everything to digital ID and digital currency, they can shut you down. They can seize your money. Holy shit, bro. This is people are just absolutely spamming this chat that we're live streaming off of, tagging the fuck out of me. That's crazy. Shout out JD Delay. I just realized all those orange ones that we've been seeing are people shouting me out. That's nuts, bro. They're just spamming the chat with me. So if they do digital ID and everything is digital currency, it's the same with the electronic vehicles. They could shut down your vehicle if they don't like what you're doing or what you're saying. Say you make a post on old Boomer Book or you make a video on YouTube that they don't like, then they could shut down your car. Yep, you can't drive. They could shut down your bank account. Well, fuck you. You can't spend money until we take a look into this. Digital ID and digital currency is the ultimate form of manipulation and being able to shut your whole shit down. And this sounds entirely like an advertisement to me. And they're still spamming the chat with my name. Hell yeah, I love y'all.
And this will be one of the many marquee achievements
Shout
of the
out
administration. This will
the
be one that people
dude.
remember for a long, long time. And I think it can change the country. So thanks, Mr. President. Thanks, Brad, all of you for being a part. Thank you to the Dells. Really amazing. Thank you. Sure.
Thank you.
Ted, please.
Yeah, so like the Don John just said, digital tracking would be the end of me. If they did digital ID and they did digital currency, the things that I say, they would shut my shit down, bro. It would be like, I would be on Nick Fuentes status real fucking quick, bro. Because I say things that they don't like. And I'm going to continue to say things they don't like. I don't give half a Kentucky Fried fuck. I'm going to run that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the fair lady Jax just entered the room with Zero, and let's see the baby. Let's see the baby. The chat wants to see the baby. You guys want to see the baby,
I
right?
gave her a bath and I brushed her teeth.
Here is the baby. Oh, you smell so good, sweetie. Yeah, you smell so good. This is our new baby. This is Nova. You want to say hi to the peoples? You want to say hi to the peoples? They're over there. They're over there. Say hi to them. Oh, yes, it's a baby. She is just a tiny little fur ball, and we love her so much. She is our new little baby.
She's
the new addition. She's 10 weeks today, and she is the newest addition to the Delay family, and we love her so much. She looks like a luck dragon, like Falcor from the Neverending Story, mixed with a Mogwai from the Gremlins. You know, before they get fed after midnight. She looks like a mixture. Oh, that's my baby girl. That's my little girl. She is the sweetest thing. She smells so good.
See?
Here you go.
She did so good.
And yes, that is Nova, and we are very happy to have her, and I'm glad to be able to show her to y'all. She is a very, very cool dog. We love her very much. Is this Ted Cruz? Okay, is Ted Cruz going to tell us to stop attacking pedophiles again? With that dude with the blue dress behind him? Let's find out. Stay
I
here,
want to
Zero.
congratulate all the men and women up here. And, Mr. President, I think objectively on the merits, the case can be made that there has never been a president who's had a greater positive impact on the children of America than you have. And in particular, in this one big, beautiful bill.
It creeps me out when these people talk about children. It creeps me out when Ted Cruz talks about kids. The dude in the blue dress. I find this creepy, dog. Am I the only one who's catching creep vibes? In fact, we're going to do a poll, and I want to know if anybody else finds this creepy.
I think the two most long-lasting and far-reaching provisions are, number one, the school choice provision that you signed into law that is going to unleash tens of billions of dollars to scholarships to low-income kids all over the country and is going to change the lives of millions of kids. And the second provision is this provision right here, the Trump accounts. These Trump accounts, starting on July 4th, every child in America will have a personal investment account open for them. Newborn children will have it seeded with $1,000. Parents and family and employers can contribute up to $5,000 a year in a tax-advantaged account. That money will be invested in the S&P 500 in the stock market, broad-based equity index account. Two massive benefits that change this country. Number one, every child in America will experience the benefits
88%.
of compound growth. Take a little girl born next year.
Less and less people are
She's born
finding
next
it
year.
creepy.
She has the account opened for her. $1,000 is automatically seeded. Her parents or family or an employer puts $5,000 a year each year into that account. If you assume the historic rate of growth of the S&P 500, which is 7% a year, by the time that little girl is 18, she will have $170,000 in that account. And if she keeps saving, by the time that little girl is 35, she will have $700,000 in that account. That is game-changing, and we're not talking the children of Michael and Susan Dell, the children of Donald Trump, the children of people of great success. We're talking the kids of a single mom waiting tables who could have $700,000 saved by the time she's 35 to get an education, to start a business, to buy a house.
Okay, so our poll started off at 99% creepy, and then slowly went down to only 85% creepy, which is still considered a fucking landslide, guys. That's still considered a fucking landslide. Fantastic program for the American youth, Chef Marcos. So the $250 is a fantastic program for the American youth. Moving farther into digital currency with the next generation is a fantastic program. Okay.
House, that changes their whole lives. But the second benefit, and what I'm really excited about, is we are creating a new generation of capitalists. Every child in America is going to be an owner of the biggest employers in this country. We've all seen the sad statistics of how many kids are losing faith in capitalism. Well, 10 years from now, a little boy is going to pull out his phone and he's going to look at his app and he's going to see his Trump account. And instead of thinking of big, bad, scary corporations, that little boy is going to say, I own $50 of Apple. I own $100 of Dell. I own $75 of McDonald's.
He said Apple before Dell, with the Dells standing right behind him. That was cold shit, dog. That was cold shit. I'd be pissed, dog. Look at the look on their faces. Look at her face in this frozen screen. Let me get this bigger. I want you to see these facial expressions. Look at that dude in the blue dress's face, and look at Mr. Dell. The Dells were like, you motherfucker, you said Apple first. You piece of shit. So here's what I think is creepy, because a lot of people are asking, wait, JD, what's creepy about this? I think it's creepy that they're sort of grooming the next generation into digital currency, and in my opinion, probably moving their way into digital ID. I don't think that's the right move. I think that really hurts people's freedom and ability to move freely. Like, I want to be able to walk in somewhere with cash and dole somebody out. It's cool to be able to go in and, you know, tap your phone and everything. But I 100% think that a move to digital currency and especially digital ID gives the government way too much power and control over the people. And I think that this is grooming that. That's what I think this is. That's what I think is creepy.
And every child is an owner of the biggest employers in this country. That will transform this country. Mr. President, thank you for signing it. Let me say, Brad, this would not be a law if Brad Gerstner did not pursue it with absolute dogged determination, relentless. I've gotten calls and texts from Brad at 6 a.m. and at 2 a.m. You may sleep less than the president, Brad, and that is a remarkable thing because I don't think he sleeps at all. And finally, I'll just say to Michael and Susan, incredible Texans, $6.25 billion is extraordinarily generous. Let me say, on behalf of 25 million kids who just got a gift from Michael and Susan, and it's not a gift of a video game, it's not a gift of a bicycle, it's an investment in their future. That changes their lives, and I hope and believe Michael and Susan are going to inspire millions across the country to do the same thing. When Congress passed Section 401k of the ERISA, I don't know that anyone realized how much it would change retirement plans. There's now trillions of dollars in 401k plans. They're going to be trillions of dollars in these. These are 401ks for kids. And Mr. President, these Trump accounts exist because you signed them. Thank you for your leadership. It's an honor to work with you.
Everybody clap for Israel. I mean, Ted Cruz. Clap for Israel. I mean, Ted Cruz.
If you would just say a couple of words, and Brett, come on up for a second.
Perfect. Thank you. First, I would just want to thank Michael and Susan for the kind gift. What you all have done will be transformational for 25 million kids. And a lot of people we can thank for the provisions in this big, beautiful bill, but there is no...
I don't know who this person is. I super don't care. I super don't care. I'm done. I'm done with that. I don't have any idea who that person is. I would rather spend my time talking to you guys and reading supers and chilling than listening to somebody. I don't even know who the fuck that dude is, to be honest with you. So we were right here. What's up? Tone Man said, just here to say Merry Christmas and much love. Yo, bro, that profile picture of you on stage playing guitar is sick, bro. That's a Strat, right? Or is that a bass? Oh, that's a bass. Sorry, that's not a guitar. I had to take a closer look. Sorry, the picture's small. I don't want to call a bassist a guitarist. My bad, dog. Big love to you, dog. Dude's detail. Paris Hilton is throwing Kim Kardashian under the bus with the Epstein file. What? Wait, what? What just happened? I missed that. I saw that Paris Hilton had come out and said that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell had approached her, but that it wasn't like anything super crazy. But she threw Kim K under the bus? Oh, I gotta look into that, bro. I gotta look into that. Born a Hawkeye, what's up? You should check out the video of the 3 Irishmen with the new Irish Republic Army video threatening the government with boomsticks about how they've handled immigration and child indoctrination. Well, hold on. Let's do this real quick. Because that's a really great idea. Let's actually do that. God, it's always so scary fucking pulling up your X, bro, because like X is super unedited and you never know if like something's just going to pop in and it's going to be like, oh damn, they're saying like the super bad words. Here we go. Here's exactly what you were talking about. I saved it because I didn't have time to watch it. So hopefully this isn't something that gets me banned here, but let's figure it out. I want you guys to see this. These 3 gentlemen are in Ireland and they are making an announcement with some pistolas. So let's turn the volume up on this and let's go. This is looking very IRA-ish. Here we go.
To the people of Newry, Mourne and Down, we, the New Republican Movement, have watched their councillors and MLAs over the past 12 months. The level of disrespect shown to the people who put you into power, this cannot be ignored any longer. We are proud men of Ireland, we are patriots. Your policies and decision-making in regards to flooding our communities with undocumented military-aged men is not acceptable. We will not sit back any longer and watch our culture and religion destroyed by the people we put in power.
So for those of you, just for context, for those of you who aren't following what's going on in Ireland, and I do understand that there's a heavy Irish brogue going on. Ireland has been absolutely fucking invaded and overwhelmed with military-age men that are Muslim. And they have rape gangs running the streets of Ireland, a lot like what's going on in the UK and Scotland. And they are tired of their kids getting raped. They're tired of their streets no longer being recognizable. And the people have been asking the government to do something about this. They started their own movement called MIGA. Instead of MAGA, they have MIGA. Make Ireland great again, right? So they've started revolting over there. There have been peaceful protests and then not peaceful protests. This is an evolution of what's going on. Now it looks like they're not asking anymore. They're fucking demanding. They're demanding. I want to be able to go back to my people's homeland and see it and actually have it be recognizable. I don't want it to look like some fucking third world desert country, dog. And it's not any fucking racist shit. It's 100% like they're taking over, they're dominating, and they're making it a third world country. I don't want to live in a third world country. I don't want to go visit a third world country. Keep that shit over there. If you're going to come to a first world country, then you need to fucking go put in the work, assimilate into that culture, be a part of Western culture. I am a Western chauvinist personally. So, this is an extension, I believe, of the Make Ireland Great Again movement, but it's looking a lot more violent.
Also, the sexual indoctrination of our children in schools has not went unnoticed either.
Sexual indoctrination of our children.
Will take immediate action against anyone who threatens our ways of life and the safety of our women and children. We have your addresses and known your movements. Every one of you are legitimate targets as of today. The New Republican Movement, the 28th of 11/25. To the people of Newry, Mourne and Down, we, the New Republican...
So, what they're saying is that they want their culture and their homeland to resemble Ireland. And they don't want their kids being indoctrinated or victimized. I think those are very reasonable fucking demands, in my opinion. Those are very reasonable demands, in my opinion. Don't you guys think? I think so. This super is from Doom. What's up? If I had a nickel for every time POTUS did TV live, he absolutely do be loving to get in front of the camera. Somebody in the chat with Trump in their name got really upset because I criticized Donald Trump. I'm allowed to criticize Donald Trump. That's part of being an American. That's one of our fucking constitutional rights. In fact, it's so fucking important, they made it the first one. So for you to be repeatedly attacking me in the chat because I'm criticizing the president on things that I disagree with him with and making it a personal thing against me, you're just gone, bro. You're just gone. Take that somewhere else. That stank coochie energy. Be gone. Take it somewhere else. I'm not into it, bro. We're going to be able to have respectful conversations. We're going to be able to clown the fuck out of people that we put in office if they fail to do the things that we want them to do. Funky Führer said, wait, are we getting money? I need money. I want things. If you're under the age of 10, bro, you will get money when you turn 18. Serenity Gaming Studio. Government altruism is like heroin. It might feel good now, but it's going to mess you up in the long run. Huge facts. Can't trust it, dog. Deadpool Kid. So these people expect me to trust them after hearing about a 50-year mortgage and expect good faith you will own nothing and be happy. That 50-year mortgage thing is one of the most insulting things to the American people's intelligence that I have heard in so long. You guys want to be able to own homes? Cool, generational debt. You won't be able to own it, but your kids might be able to, or their kids, if y'all just keep paying every month on some crazy interest. Eventually you'll get down to the principal, and eventually one of your fucking great grandkids will be able to say they own a house and still pay property taxes on that bitch every year. Hunter Lesher, what is up? What in the country fried fuck is this really about? Should really be what we discussing with these speeches. What was it that he ran on his campaign platform? Am I wrong? You are not wrong, homie. You are not wrong. Specialist, always watch people's eyes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Funky Führer, why doesn't he give money to people who need it? I get helping kids, but there's a lot more high-income families who don't need this who will get it. What about the homeless, the low-income families who are struggling? Well, I think that it's not as much about giving money to the people that actually need it. JD wants you to own nothing. You're fucking retarded, bro. Done with it. You're retarded. Done with it. Hold on. Funky Führer, I'll be right back after our brief pacifier binky break. Here you go. You know what to do. Done with it. You know what to... So yeah, like, this isn't about helping the kids. This is about bringing us into a digital money, digital ID age, in my opinion, in this country. It's grooming the next generations. They know that they're not going to get the boomers because the boomers don't even understand this shit. They know that we are going to be way too critical of anything they do because obviously we don't trust the government. But if they raise you from a child being indoctrinated with shit and it's the only reality that you know, that's where they're going to get you. Dan, what's up? Thank you so much, bro. Serenity Gaming. Hips don't lie, and those are dude hips. Hell yeah. Specialist said, wait, so if that is a trans, is that even our POTUS to his left? Now y'all think about those real-life skin masks from Mrs. Doubtfire? I don't trust nothing no more, bro. I don't trust nothing no more. Funky Führer, this doesn't help me at all. It doesn't distract me. Facts. The dude, holy nose. Bro, yeah, no, that was hard not to see, bro. I can't unsee that shit either. You know what I'm saying? Deadpool Kid, I choose to believe in aliens, but how about them files and arrest Mr. Prez? So here's the thing. A lot of people that don't like Donald Trump are constantly talking about impeachment or arrest. But do the people who don't like, let me ask you this. If you are someone who doesn't like Donald Trump and you don't trust him and you want him out of office, do you trust J.D. Vance more? Do you think, would you rather have J.D. Vance? Because I see a lot of people that are really unhappy with Trump, but you know what happens if you impeach him, right? Then you have J.D. Vance. So I'm going to put a poll. Let me know what you guys think. Even if you like Trump, would you rather have J.D. Vance? Instantly, 70% of people said no. Then it hit a 69, bro. But now it's going up to 70. It's jumping. I'd say that's a definitive win, if not a landslide right there. That's a definitive win. And a lot of people are pretty educated on who funded. We're going to stop it at 69. Oh, it jumped to 70. I was trying to get the 69 on there. A lot of people are pretty educated on where J.D. Vance, his whole career, where the cash came from for him, who put him into the situations in the power. It's Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel, part of the PayPal mafia. You know, if you take a look at all of that and where his political career has been funded from, you know, the people who are like, I hate Trump, let's get him out, then you're going to have JD Vance. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand their logic with that. Specialist Cole, he just say we're all going to make it to July 5th of 2026. Oh, man. Marcus Xavier, what the fuck is Bezos and Gates? Bezos and Gates are the fucking devil, bro. Bezos and Gates are lizard people. Paladin Dig, what did I miss? Just got off work. So Trump did a press conference with the Dells. You know, the owner of Dell and his wife, his dude wife. And they basically said that they are going to be donating $250 to every new American child. And that they are going to be able to invest that digitally throughout their life. So that's what they're doing. I think it's indoctrination, and we've gone over that. Deadpool Kid, society is infected with rot. I don't care much about the GDP or markets. We need to uproot the system. And, you know, we keep getting told that if the Epstein files got released, that the whole system would collapse. If it's a system based on protecting people who raped kids, collapse that bitch. Do it today. Berserker, yo JD, she looks like Art the Clown with long hair, no makeup, and a dress. Art did it better though. Send her to the wood chipper. Funky Führer said, how about helping struggling families get off welfare because it's a trap to keep you poor, and lower taxes and fix healthcare? There's so many things that we could do, like properly taking care of our veterans. You know, there's so many different things that we could do. Roman Wolf Gaming, JD, the guy I was talking about, got arrested in another county for a bad charge, and he violates his felony probation in another county. Will they transfer? Oh yeah, they'll transfer him. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't really sure what you were talking about. They'll absolutely transfer him, homie. Yeah, he'll get dragged from county to county. Sailor Boy Troy, Epstein comes back. Trump blowing Bubba. Clinton or a pig? I said a year ago something big needs to happen to bury it. Now we have aliens? Is this it? They haven't brought out the aliens yet, man. They haven't brought out the aliens. I don't know. Darkside Dabber, Aaron Gobra. Hell yeah, brother. RZ, punish him. Chat is a bunch of brain rot. Edgy, buddy. Edgy. Super edgy. Coming in and disrespecting the chat. Super edgy. You're probably a really popular guy, huh? You're probably not a chud at all for that, huh? So look, you guys, that was kind of a fucking nothing burger. I'm glad that we watched it together. Glad we could be educated on what they're doing. And I'm glad that we have the insight and that we were all able to do the polls. We figured out polls today, which is good. But, you know, that wasn't anything substantial in my opinion. I didn't really like it too much. Roman Wolf Gaming. W in the chat for no pineapple on pizza. All love. You know that I fuck with the pineapple heavily, bro. Heavily. All right, you guys, I love you. I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for jumping in. We'll be coming back live to you as soon as there's something that's worth talking about on live. And until the next one. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be dropping an interview with Enrique Tarrio from the Proud Boys today, where we're going to just learn about the organization, because I didn't know till I sat down with them how it started, how you get in. Do you get jumped in like the Crips or the Bloods or, you know, a street gang? Do you get sexed in like the gay boy gangsters? You know, do you have to kill somebody? Like, we're going to learn who the Proud Boys are, where they started, and what they're about, and what their belief system is. Is it a white supremacist organization run by a dude who's a Cuban from Miami, who grew up in an all-Cuban neighborhood? You're going to find out if you watch the interview with me and Enrique Tarrio that's coming out today. All right, guys, till the next one, it's one love, baby. Be good or be good at it.